Happy Friday, Middletown! All right, guys, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about these headsets that we were given. Forgive me, mine is already out of the box, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug it in front of you guys, and then I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the benefits of the headset that you could use in your classroom if you wanted, because there are many. And mind you, I am definitely not the headset expert. I usually don't wear it very often in class. However, many of you guys know Steve Seiler is kind of your guy to talk to in terms of that everyday use. But we're going to talk about a few of the benefits of having the headset. But the first thing I want to do is just go through the plug-in process. So there are three primary cords here. So the first one that is the one that goes into the power outlet itself. Okay, so that just goes into the base. So here's the base of the headset, and you just plug it in. It's like the only little hole there. Put it in there. Okay, then you've got the cable itself, the USB cable. All right, so the smaller end goes inside of the base. The bigger end goes into the computer or the laptop, whatever you're using. And then finally, and I will have to double check, I've gone to the site a few times. So according to the website, this particular model doesn't need to be plugged in, but in the rooms that I've set it up in so far, it does need to be plugged in. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to call this the jack here. I don't know exactly what the formal name of it is, but I know that it's the plug that goes into the phone too. So what you're going to do is one end is going to go into the base, the other end will go into the phone, and I'm lucky that my phone and the base are actually right next to each other. Okay, so once you've got them all plugged in, it'll be those three. Okay, so there's the jack one for the power, one for the cable. Power, cable, jack. All right, so forgive me, I am using my laptop this time around. I'll probably switch to a phone in just a bit, but just showing you the plugging in process as I go through. All right, so you can see it's plugged in. It usually does make you go through a setup process. It's pretty easy, and you do want to make sure that the actual headset is plugged in, so make sure it goes into the plug. Okay, and when it does, it'll usually show you. Okay, now, I want to show you what it looks like when you're actually into your computer. Right. So I'm in a Google Meet, and this part here, sorry, no, it's not that easy to see, but when you click the actual speaker button, right now it's set up to the Jabra Engage 75, aka your headset. Okay, and you can even see the numbers are running. So it is on. So at this point, I could literally put my headset on, and the microphone that's being used is the one that I'm currently wearing, the headset. Okay, it'll kind of give you a choice in terms of which microphone you'd like to use. So right now, my students can hear me through this headset mic. However, if I didn't have it plugged in or set to, it would just use my webcam mic. Okay, so it's all about the way that you set it up. Now, a couple things that you can do. Some people like to just use the mic and not necessarily use the speaker. So like you still want the class to be able to hear, but you also want to have the flexibility of moving around the room. So what you could do is you can actually change the speakers to be coming through on your actual speakers that you have set up, right? So now if a student were in my meet and they were talking, everyone in the room could hear. However, if I wanted to maneuver around the room, I could, and the students could still hear me because this mic would be picking. Another thing I really like to do is I like to use the headset for breakouts. So now that we're in a situation where we have some kids in the room, we have some at home, you know, we may have a breakout going or what have you, the headset has been really nice because, for example, if I want to put kids in a breakout and I don't want them to all be distracted by one another, this is when your headset comes in handy. You can go into all your other, you know, breakout groups and you can have a conversation with that particular group. And that dialogue and that discussion doesn't necessarily need to be heard by the entire class. So that's really beneficial. What I like to do sometimes is, in the rare cases that I differentiate, no, I'm just kidding. Not rare, but obviously it was a lot harder to do this year. But when I do differentiate, it's nice because what I'll do is I usually will have one laptop running in one group and then I have the other laptop with the other group. So like, let's say I'm dividing based on pre-assessment data, I have divided and I've got 2 groups. So what I'll do is one laptop and the headset will be in with this group, but then I'm here with my other kiddos in the laptop. And I actually have 2 headsets, not that it's necessary, that's really extra. Obviously the one was provided by the school, and then one was one that I had purchased way back when. And sometimes I use both, but not always. Usually just using one will suffice. And then with the other group, it's fine if it's maybe not necessarily through a headset. But the point is that this is great for moving around the room and being able to pick up. And the nice benefit of it as well is with your breakouts. Okay, so remember, the setting is pretty easy. If you ever want, you can just mess a little bit with where the volume is coming through on your speakers. And then once you've done that, you should be all set. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email, send me a text, Facebook message me, whatever works for you. I'm happy to go to your rooms to help set you up. I can also talk to you a little bit more about the benefits and like what to click when and how and all that good stuff. But I hope you enjoy this episode of Tech Tips from a Fellow Colleague, and let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. All right, peace out, Middletown.